What's up, you guys? It's Levi here. Welcome to the Cybersecurity Education channel. Today we're going to be talking about Windows 7 support expiring, and specifically it's expiring on January 14th, 2020. We're going to be talking about 3 different things related to this topic. We're going to be talking about why you guys should care about this. We're going to be talking about how you guys can tell if you have Windows 7 on your machine. And most important, we're going to talk about what to do if you have Windows 7 on your machine right now. But before we go ahead and get to that content, go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell. All these actions will help raise this video up in the YouTube algorithm to help promote this content and to help more people like you. Alright, so if you have Windows 7 and if you're still on Windows 7 after January 14th of 2020, the biggest thing that's going to impact you is you're no longer going to get Windows updates. And why is this important? Because if you don't have Windows updates, you'll start having some terrible things happen to you over time, because Windows updates prevent hackers from exploiting vulnerabilities on your computer. If you have vulnerabilities on your computer, the following can happen to you. The top concern for people right now is ransomware. I've done plenty of videos on different ransomware cases that have been going on right now, and one of the biggest reasons that these ransomware cases happen is because organizations don't have Windows updates on their machines. Some of those incidents, updates were available, but they just didn't apply them. Well, if you have a system such as Windows 7 that's not supported after January 14th of 2020, you won't get those updates anymore. And so you'll put yourself at risk for ransomware. And you don't want that to happen, because if you get ransomware on your computer, you'll either have to pay a ransom to get your files back, or you'll risk losing all of your files. And unfortunately, a lot of organizations have learned the hard way by not running updates or not having an operating system that has updates, and they get this ransomware, and then they have to pay these enormous amounts to pay the ransom or to be able to recover from the ransomware. So Windows updates is a huge thing. Other things that you can get malware and viruses, which ransomware would be considered one of those categories. But then other things underneath of those categories would be data theft. Somebody can go in and steal all the information off of your computer and send it back to them. They can go ahead and steal your passwords off your computer and use that information to hack into your accounts. And by doing that, they can potentially commit identity fraud against you. They could commit fraud against you if they were able to hack into your email account or into your bank account. Things like that. They could spy on you, so they could see anything that you're doing on your computer. They could hijack your webcam and record what you're doing. They could hijack your microphone and listen to what you're doing. Basically, they can do whatever the F they want on your machine. So that's a terrible thing. One thing to go back to on the ransomware part is if you have Windows 7 after this date and there's a worm that comes out, you don't even have to take an action such as clicking on an attachment in an email or clicking a link in an email or opening a file to infect yourself with ransomware or malware or a virus. If there's a worm out there, you don't have to take any action. It can spread to your computer without you doing anything and put ransomware on your computer or do all these terrible things to your computer. And your risk is super high when you have an operating system that's not getting its Windows updates because it's no longer supported. So yeah, these are all the bad things that can happen to you. So Windows updates is the most important reason why you would want your computer to be past Windows 7 once you get past January 14th of 2020. The other reason is software updates, which you can run into the same situation where you expose yourself to all of these different things because the software vendors might not update their software to support Windows 7 anymore. And then not to mention certain functionality of your software may not be as good, or it may not work right anymore at some point in time. The third reason you really want to get past Windows 7 is because you likely have older hardware. If you have Windows 7 on there and that hardware could be slow, why deal with having a slow computer when you can pay to get a better computer and not have to deal with that? That's not so much a security reason, but I thought I would throw that in there for something that you guys can think about. Alright, so the next topic.
Well, how do I know what version of Windows I have on my computer, Levi?
Alright, so there's a website for that. I'll go ahead and post a link down in the description so you guys can take a look at it. The website is called whatismyos.com. You go to that website. At the top of the page, it will tell you exactly what your operating system is. If it says Windows 7, you need to upgrade. If it says Windows XP or Windows Vista, you should upgrade a long time ago, but you need to upgrade those as well because those aren't supported anymore. If it says Windows 10, if it says Windows 8.1, Windows 8, you're good to go. You don't need to upgrade, but if you're on one of the Windows 8 versions, I suggest you upgrade anyway, just because Windows 10 works a lot better. Alright, so what do you do if you have Windows 7 or one of those other versions that I was talking about that you need to upgrade? Your first option is you can buy a new computer. All new computers will have Windows 10 on those if you buy them brand new, and that will solve your problem. Then you just have to transfer your data over to the new computer. The second option that you have is to pay for a Windows 10 license. You can go to Amazon.com to do this, and I'll post a link down in the description of the page that you can get that license. Basically, that page has two different options of how you can download Windows. There's a USB option and there's a download option. You should get instructions when you order either one of those options to be able to install Windows 10, and you just upgrade your system in place so you don't have to get a new system. The download option is probably easier for most of you because I believe you'll just download it, you'll run it, and then it'll install Windows 10 in the background and help you guide you through that process. The USB processor, it's a little bit more complicated, but it allows you to image a USB stick and then plug that stick in and boot to that stick so that you can install Windows 10 that way. If you have any questions or anything like that, post down in the comments below and I'll help you guys out. Also, you can do a search on YouTube how to upgrade Windows 10 if you're not sure, and I'm pretty sure you'll get instructions from Amazon on how to install Windows 10 when you select one of these options. Finally, the last thing you'll see, there's two different editions of Windows 10. There's a home version and there's a pro version. For the majority of you, the home version is going to work just fine. If you don't know the difference between those, you're probably not going to need the pro version. Just stick with the home version. As of the date of this recording, the home version is $129.95. This is recorded September 13th of 2019, so obviously this pricing can change. Windows 10 used to be available as a free upgrade a couple of years ago. There's still ways to be able to do that. You can do a search for that. I'm not going to promote that here, but there's ways that you can still get it for free. One thing that you should be careful of is if you're going to buy Windows 10 from a reseller that's not really a trusted reseller like eBay or something like that, you got to be careful not to get a fake license. You don't want to buy that license and then find out that it's not going to work and you spend all that money. And the same thing with trying to find a free key or a free way to do it. You got to be very careful. I highly suggest just going with this Amazon route because Amazon is trustworthy, and just making sure that you're buying from Microsoft in the Amazon route. Otherwise, you can go to Microsoft.com and buy there as well. I think it's a little bit more expensive, so it's up to you guys how you want to do it. You just got to be careful because there are eBay resellers out there that will sell fake keys, and then you're just out of your money. So be careful, guys. So yeah, you definitely want to upgrade your Windows 7 machine before January 14th of 2020 so that you can prevent all these terrible things from happening to you. Like I said previously, if you guys have any questions about installing Windows 10 or anything like that, or upgrading, just go ahead and post down in the comments below, and I'll be glad to help you guys. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.